New developments. Channel 2 Action News found out what police say led to a violent home invasion before an officer found a man's body at a Gwinnett County church parking lot. As Channel 2 Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson reports for us, police say the four suspects sent a disturbing message to the victim's wife.
Today we're getting new insight on a brutal murder that police say began well before they discovered the victim's body at a church parking lot. A detective testified that armed robbers actually sent a chilling message to the victim's wife right before the murder. A Gwinnett County judge heard chilling testimony about how police say Raymond Cooper worked with three others in a deadly home invasion that left the father shot 17 times. A detective said the suspects delivered a terrifying message to the wife of Oscar Cruz.
They told her this would be the last time that she saw her husband and to kiss him.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I think at this point, OTF as a whole needs to be studied and set as a prime example of what not to do whenever opportunity is presented to you. If y'all haven't noticed, the whole OTF as we know it has been dismantled, and as they always say, cut the head off and the body shall follow. And that's what we see here with OTF, as Little Durk is already fighting for his life in an upcoming trial date scheduled for January of 2026. But it's not just him, because on that same case alone you have OTF Boogie, OTF Didi, OTF Vonnie, and OTF Jan, if I'm not mistaken. But on separate cases, you have OTF's own Booney Mo, and then you have OTF Boona, who it's not looking too good for at all. Now, excuse me on the names, clearly it's something with the boo that these guys like, whatever coming up with these aliases, I don't know. But for y'all that's been under a rock, currently Booney Mo is locked up on drug-related charges, as it was revealed that Booney Mo decided to allegedly transport drugs on the Amtrak, crossing state lines, which made it federal. But the part that got everyone confused is the fact that it was federal, but somehow they still allowed him to bond out even after being caught red-handed, which is strange. The only thing I could think of is that they allowed him to bond out because they are already investigating him and watching him closely to see if he'll commit more crimes, or he's being investigated by a whole different organization and they were given orders not to arrest him. I don't know, but I know if you do get caught for a crime like that and they allow you to bond out, I would be a little leery of it. But aside from him, you have OTF Boona, whose case is a little more serious. Not a little, a lot. In Boona's case, someone will end up losing their life, and Boona had been charged as one of the suspects who played a role in it. It's a bunch of evidence tied to the case as well, which would make sense as to why they're now being indicted. Now for y'all that don't know what's going on, let me fill y'all in. OTF Boona has been hit with charges such as home invasion, kidnapping, and aggravated assault after being accused of breaking into a man's house, duct taping him to rob his house, and then taking him to a church parking lot before shooting him 17 times. Now first off, that sounds like something straight out of a movie, and despite these guys acting like they have so much money and they're so well taken care of, if that was the case, then they wouldn't be in the position that they're in and doing the things that they do, especially with having one of the biggest artists to come out of Chicago in their possession. Now when we first broke the story to y'all, we told y'all the rumors that was floating around the streets, with the victim allegedly being the plug and Boona allegedly not wanting to pay him back for whatever illicit transactions that they had. Check this out. It seemed like a situation where Boona was in debt, an older man by the name of Oscar Cruz, aka OZ. Instead of paying the drug debt, allegedly, Boona along with two other men were responsible for setting OZ up and trying to get money and drugs out of him. Now before I even go further, what we now know is kind of interesting, because when we did the last video, we posted a screenshot of an Instagram user who seemed to know what went down between OZ and Buuna more than others. At the time, we didn't know how true he or she was, but fast forward to now, it sounds like everything they said was actually correct. Now the user would say, quote, Buuna owed OZ for a QP. OZ was asking around for ninjas to get his bread back. Word got back to Buuna. Buuna acted like he was going to pay OZ, so OZ went to meet him at Waffle House, got in Buuna's car. Buuna backed him, tied his hands together, took him to OZ crib, robbed it, etc. Then unalived him the worst way, cause Duty Low told him OZ was looking for him. OZ posted like 12 bags the night before, so Buuna made his move and only left with a QP worth $1,200 and $3K in cash. Shaking my head. Now we don't know the actual story, right? But like I said before, if this is actually the case, then this is crazy. Imagine doing business with someone, they owe you, and then want to take your life because they couldn't pay you back. That's crazy, but it's the streets. And once again, we don't know how credible the story is, but he has been charged, and we will find out that recently, every last one that was identified as a suspect has been indicted, which means that law enforcement is following through with their prosecution. Now, it also seems like Buuna's charges have been advanced, and they actually added more. Shout out to Drill Music, but his new charges after indictment would read, quote, Malice M, receipt, possession, or transfer of firearm, felony M, aggravated assault, aggravated battery, home invasion in the first degree, kidnapping, armed robbery, false imprisonment, possession of a firearm or a knife during CO. Now, as you can see, it was a 23-count indictment filed on November 19th, 2025, and we'll just have to wait and see what's the next step on whether they're going to take pleas or take it to trial. But 9 times out of 10, they're just going to have to accept whatever time that they're getting, because even if they act like they want to take it to trial, knowing it's a possibility that they have tons of evidence, it just wouldn't be in their favor at all. And if law enforcement felt they didn't have nothing on them, guess what? They wouldn't indict them. Now, does that mean they're automatically guilty or will be found guilty? No. It's just that usually when they indict you, they feel they got enough to prosecute you and convict you on whatever it is they're accusing you of. So it's not that he's automatically guilty, it's just going to be a little more interesting. But like I said before, this is a prime example, y'all, of getting blessed with opportunity and squander it away because you still want to be a part of the streets. Yes, I know that just because someone is affiliated with someone doesn't mean that they're automatically good at making money as well, despite them acting like it. However, to throw your life away, knowing that you already have an advantage by being in certain rooms that average people aren't in, something gotta be wrong. All you have to do is apply yourself. And now he may be in jail for the rest of his life. Keep in mind, prior to Buuna getting locked up for this, he already got a chance when he got into an altercation in Atlanta again and left his phone on the scene. Once again, granted yet another opportunity to get out of a crazy situation, only to not learn his lesson and allegedly get into this one. Crazy. Now, for the youth out there that glorify this lifestyle, just understand that this is what comes with it. Hate to sound like a broken record, but time after time we see more than enough examples presented to us on why you should stay out the streets, focus on you, and get your family out that environment. That's gangster. Anything else is just going to get you in a jail cell, or even worse, a grave. Simple. So y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out.